Welcome to another edition of Browns Lab with your host Aaron and star of the show here, Peanut, the Browns fan Labrador here. All right, coming off a couple of rough weeks with the Browns, the 49ers and the Rams, both pretty rough losses. 49ers, I mean, they're playing fantastic this year. They've only lost one game all year, so it's not a huge deal that we lost to them. It was sort of expected. Even though at the beginning of the year, I really didn't think they were going to be that good. I mean, they haven't had a change really at quarterback. Alex Smith, had been playing bad the last few years, and they weren't even sure if they're going to bring him back. But he's been just fantastic under the new coach. So it was, that was a game where I really thought they were going to win at the beginning of the year, but this year they're just playing lights out. So it's not terrible to lose to tough teams, that's for sure. But the Rams loss was pretty ridiculous. It was a tough loss, really was. They only won one game all year, and we happened to lose to them. So that was really disappointing and everything. It was just pretty ridiculous. Just very sad that we had to lose to that team. And we played right with them the whole time, but couldn't get in the end zone. Kept kicking field goals, and ended up coming back to bite us at the end. On a positive note, defense looked pretty decent. I mean, we only kept them to one touchdown, and the only reason they scored that was because they were inside the 20 when our running back fumbled. It was still ridiculous. One of the positive things was Colt McCoy. I thought he actually looked pretty sharp. I mean, obviously he's playing against the Rams, not the greatest team, whatever, but he had a very high completion percentage last game. Over 74% of his passes he completed, which is good. I thought he looked good. I thought he really did. He had that long pass to Greg Little. So it looks like maybe he's coming around. He's starting to kind of thing, but it's still pretty rough. I had a really interesting quote I thought I liked by Steven Jackson, the Rams All-Pro running back, who's been playing great for years and has been on just some pretty crappy Rams teams. So it was kind of interesting to say. He was talking about at the end the botched field goal that was just absolutely mind-blowing that somehow we can miss a field goal inside the 20. Comment on that. It's interesting that Ryan Pointenbrand, our Pro Bowl long snapper, everybody's kind of blaming him and everything, but it was actually Alex Mack who, without even noticing, kind of moved his foot over and moved his foot right in the way just after Pointenbrand had already snapped it and it hit his leg and everything, and then actually the kick was blocked. Even with that, Dawson kind of recovered, and the ball ended up going sideways, so it wasn't kind of just drifted up to the right or left. I mean, it was blocked on top of that, so it was just ridiculous. One thing I really would have wished, especially with Colt McCoy playing pretty good, on third down there, instead of handing the ball off, if they would have, tried to pass into the end zone. I like to see Colt McCoy punch one in. Nonetheless, it was pretty rough. But Steven Jackson, he said he was commenting. Sorry, I didn't get to that yet. But Steven Jackson said, "I thought this stuff only happens to the Rams." Meaning the Rams are so bad, they're used to stupid stuff our center just happening to put his foot in the way of the kick and throwing everything off to where they could block it. He thought only stuff like that happened to the Rams, but nope, it happens to the Rams and the Browns. So, all right, this is definitely a must-win coming into the Jaguars game. The Jaguars are another team. I think they have the same record as the Browns coming in. They have not been playing well. We need to win against this team. It would be pretty ridiculous if we do not win against them. They have a rookie quarterback in Blaine Gabbert, who is definitely not as good as Colt McCoy, at least this far in his career. He's been kind of struggling, kind of off and on. I don't even know if, it's one of these things where I think they're about ready to replace him if he keeps doing poorly. But they do have a good running back in Maurice Jones-Drew. They look to them to probably feed the ball to him a lot. It'd be really nice if the Browns can keep him under 100 yards and out of the end zone. But I'm telling you, this is one of the easiest games on our entire schedule. The Jaguars and Arizona coming in a couple weeks. You know, if we cannot beat these teams, I don't know. I mean, you know, if we can't win this week, it's very possible we could not win again for the entire season, which is very sad. But this is one of these games where we absolutely need to win. It would be ridiculous if we could not win this game. I really had a goal to get to. My personal goal for the Browns was if I could just get 500. Now a more realistic goal than 8-8 would be to be 7-9. I would be happy with 7-9 after the way this year started so far. Our schedule really is easier at the beginning of the year than it's going to be later in the year, and it's not going to get any easier than this. So this is an absolutely must-win kind of thing. This and Arizona are by far the easiest games left on our schedule. So we need to take advantage. Even the Bengals, who I thought that we would have a good chance beating later in the season, they're playing fantastic too, and it'll be they're going to be tougher than we think. So, all right, hopefully T.J. Ward will be back. I don't know if he will. Monterey Hardesty might be back, which would be a very good thing. Joe Hayden's back and playing fantastic, of course, and whatnot. But we'll have to see. It'll be interesting. Alright, well, I want to let you know if you have any questions about the game or about any upcoming Brown stuff. You can email us at brownslab@yahoo.com, and you can subscribe to it if you want to get a shout out. We had a whole bunch of shout outs last time, but if you want to get a shout out, subscribe to our video, and we will shout you out. And also, if you have any other comments, you can also place the questions on the comment section of the video. So, alright, on behalf of myself and Peanut, the Browns fan lab here. Alright, go Browns!